Alright, stop what you're doing, because I'm about to ruin.
That was a pretty good Humpty.
Thanks. I've got a nasal voice. It helps.
Cybertron must be stopped, no matter the cost.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Autopod Decepticast. This is your weekly podcast that delivers a minute-by-minute breakdown of the 1986 Transformers movie, and this is the sexiest of all episodes, number 69, baby.
69, dude!
Where we're going to be covering the 1 hour, 8 minute, and 1 second mark to the 1 hour, 9 minute mark. And this is your host, Aaron. I captain this little enterprise, but this ship don't fly without the Spock and bones of this operation.
Damn it, Aaron.
You're just gonna take.
I'm a podcaster, not a doctor.
Good stuff.
I tried.
Fascinating. I'm Ryan, by the way.
This worked out really well. The reason I went down this path was, I don't know if I sent you guys a text about that, but since you never commented on it, I was wondering if you ever clicked through on this, that IDW is mashing up Transformers and Star Trek.
I remember this link. No, I don't think I've seen this.
Check it out. It's they're basically taking the cartoon universe, which I believe was that you would say canonically connected to the television series.
Yeah.
I mean, there were characters in the cartoon that you never saw on the television series, like this tiger woman thing.
One of your ex-girlfriends got me the whole animated run on DVD.
That was probably at my suggestion.
100%.
But anyway, these comic covers look very cool. They look very homage-y to the G1 that we all know and love.
To the point where there's one with the Energon axe.
Energon axe. But they have the one difference is they've got a character that was not invented until modern IDW times, and that is Windblade, but she appears to be drawn in the G1 style. But the covers so far are very cool, and actually there's a cover that's
weird.
we haven't seen yet.
I don't know how I feel about this.
Why not?
I don't like mashups, really. I mean, G.I. Joe and Transformers make sense, but I don't know what either Transformers or Star Trek could bring to each other's universe that would be in an interesting way.
It's an odd mashup.
Thank you.
I'm trying to find the other cover. Maybe this is the main thing we're looking for here. You can kind of two separate covers. So you
and
can
the
see
Klingons are on the Decepticons side?
Yeah, you can see that, the Klingons and Decepticons have teamed up. Let's see here. The synopsis is, the series will begin in the Star Trek universe when the USS Enterprise answers a distress call on the edge of Klingon space, only to find a dilithium mine under attack from 20th century era jets and helicopters. When a certain red truck shows up to lend a hand, however, Kirk and the crew discover that there's more than meets the eye to their new vehicular friends and foes. That comes from Gizmodo. All right, well, I'm going to look at it. I'll check it out.
I think I'm going to take a pass.
I know that there's some people very excited about this, but I don't. Without seeing it, obviously,
I'm sure it's fine. It's just not for me.
It just seems like a stretch.
Fuck, this is the opposite of what I expected to happen when I shared this information with you. Yeah, I thought your fucking balls were
I shouldn't think you...
gooey white.
You are really bad
juice.
at predicting what our reactions to anything will be.
True. It's like I don't know
These
you.
things should not belong together.
It's fine. Like anything can be for anybody. That's fine. It's just not for me.
I would only be into it if all of a sudden the Enterprise transformed into a robot.
That would be really cool.
See?
Actually,
There we go. All right.
I mean, maybe not, but it did have a knee jerk. Like, oh, that's neat.
So when I Google the phrase Enterprise Transformer, this is
Of course
a thing
it
that
exists.
Oh, I'm sure they do.
Spock Prime.
The Trekformers,
Yeah.
more than the Final Front. That's just pushing it. That's just hard. More than the Final Frontier.
All right, well, let's transition right off this topic into our last episode recap.
Yeah.
So last time we saw that the Autobot crewed Quintessonian ship takes off side by side with its Junkonian counterpart, or would you say Junkion counterpart? Whatever.
Sure.
To face off against Unicron. Galvatron stands up to Unicron and throws down some gangsta-ass threats, but Unicron calls Galvy's bluff and kicks off what appears to be some sort of transformation sequence?
Question mark?
Absolutely.
What would it be like if they had added the Transformer sound to Unicron transforming?
Just really long,
Yeah.
1 minute,
Or just over and over again.
slow,
Yeah, just over and over again. That would have been god
or
awful.
slowed it down to where...
Thank you. It just sounds like you're trying to hack. That's just okay. Everyone is now tuned out. Stop it!
I've tuned out. So right at the top of the 1 hour, 8 minute mark, we're seeing giant metal platforms protruding into... hang on.
I love like the leg, which is kind of rigid, right there at like 2 seconds
Right
into
at the top of the minute, yeah.
where the legs transform. The side shot of the legs popping out. That's probably my favorite part of the transformation.
Yeah,
sequence.
it's like a platform protrudes into frame. The top of the platform disengages, folds itself out, creating an extended platform. My question, I was trying to figure out, what is that supposed to be? Like, I feel like it has to be connected to something we know of him in robot mode. There's enough detail there to probably figure it out.
That's his
like,
legs.
You think that's his legs?
Yeah, like this is like on the right part of the screen. That's his quad, and then
paused
that's
at
his on the left.
8:01 or the 8 minute and 1 second mark here. So those are his knee guards.
and here
up
is what
top.
we're seeing. This is the
And this is the continuation because that's
Yeah.
certainly his feet that
Yeah.
transform.
Yeah.
So the shot now is it's a kind of a long shot of two
From
tower-like
his-
structures.
it's a shot from his dick. Yeah.
Basically, it is. From the end of which some spiky protrusions open up, and I think we recognize those as his feet. Two large round areas kind of separate from each other. I'm assuming that this is kind of his torso area.
I don't know what that is, honestly.
I'm trying to think. Oh, it must be his arms.
Part of his arms,
It's
I
got to
guess.
be his forearms disengaging from his shoulders.
Oh, sure.
I think that's got to be what it is because he has spikes coming out of the sides of his forearms. We see an almost dead-on view at this point of what we are certain is Unicron's forearm, with the hand not yet emerged out of the wrist. At first, we see the fist. We see it in the hole.
those
We know
knuckles?
what's going on
Yeah.
there. The fist.
We know all about fists and holes.
That's right. Frees itself. We're moving right on past that. The fist frees itself from the forearm. I always loved this part. The way the hand comes out.
Oh, it's so
out of
cool.
the wrist hole, and it just kind of flexes and opens up and just looks amazing.
Not only is it a cool like shot, like illustration wise, but it just feels like that's definitely how that would transform because there are transformers that do that
Right. Yeah.
in toy form.
It's very connected to what we've experienced.
Exactly.
Ourselves. And they do it a lot on screen as well. So one thing I'm trying to figure out here, help me get my bearings. That has to be his right
His right arm.
right?
Wait. Because like.
That has to be his right arm. So this must be the back of Unicron that we're seeing here.
He could have his hands back like this. He's like flying towards it like
But
that.
then his
But
hand would have
if it were his
rotated
left
80
arm,
Oh, you're right.
his
It's definitely
thumb.
this hand,
Wow.
but it's on that side of the body.
Right. So this has to be the back side of Unicron, but nobody can see what I'm pointing at. The structures towards the top
could
of
be-
the screen have to be the back of Unicron, and we're kind of like his face would be looking down towards the bottom of the
you
screen.
could twist your hand like that, but it's not really comfortable. But yeah, I
He
get.
could be. It could
Well,
be.
let's see what this is. This is his left hand.
So yeah.
So next
it's
sequence,
definitely
next sequence is like it's almost like his forearm is on a track and it disengages and slides,
Sure.
slides backwards and releases what would be his left hand. So we could have avoided that whole discussion.
It's almost like we didn't just watch this minute.
But both of those sequences I've always loved. We then see some of the machinations of what we have to assume at this point are his chest and abdomen. So there's various panels that open up only to be filled with new metallic organs and instruments. Galvatron stumbles backwards on the transforming landscape. He continues to clutch the Matrix, which glows from between his fingers. As he walks backwards, what was once an uneven and sort of tech-greebled crust is now flattened and relatively smooth.
Oh, and here's that 8-minute, 26-second, we get to see Unicron's abs.
That's right. Galvatron is on a platform in what appears to be his Unicron's just ripped six-pack. Opens up, sheets of metal that are obscuring them open up, and you kind of see like a shiny digestive system, perhaps.
And then his face comes into frame where we see a beard.
He does have a beard. I feel like this is going to lead to something later on in the discussion here. It's an extreme upward angle. I presume that's supposed to be Galvatron's vantage point.
Yeah.
And so the chest is kind of finishing its movement into place. The head emerges. This thing is incredible. Starting from a close-up of Galvatron's shiny red eye, which I've always loved this moment here. The camera kind of zooms out to reveal his expression of shock, horror. He's shitting his pants.
Everything at this point in this frame, like we're paused at 32 seconds in, is very pretty. Like it's a great illustration. It's very well rendered, and like that glow of presumably Unicron's eyes on Galvatron is a great
bouncing
touch.
off of him in little selective locations here. Looks amazing. And not only that, but the background is still shifting and moving. You can see Unicron's hand in the background. You can still see what appears to be sort of almost cityscapes that haven't kind of completely flattened out in the background.
It really
here.
helps with the scale.
Yeah, totally. I mean, what does that represent? Hundreds of miles, perhaps? Of
No, I wouldn't. I say that usually the horizon is around 4 to 7 miles.
Oh, okay. All right. Well,
At sea level, 12 miles. That's on Earth.
That's if you're standing.
Well,
If you're laying,
why would you be laying down? He's standing.
if I'm on the beach, I'm laying down, dude.
Oh, so sea level literally means you're at the sea.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
but wait a minute. So the difference between standing and sitting down is a solid 5 miles?
Yes.
I don't know about the math on that, but that doesn't seem right.
Ugh, I hate this conversation.
I hate it.
So we see Unicron's hand kind of lift up while Galvatron looks back at the action. And here is where Unicron speaks. I'm going to go ahead and take the privilege here.
For a time, I considered sparing your wretched Cybertron, but now you shall witness its dismemberment.
Whoa, that got bad at the end. So
You sounded like a Muppet.
So at this point, it's first of all, Unicron's mouth doesn't move, which is pretty cool.
It's annoying to me.
You don't like it?
No, because why? Like, why have a mouth?
I don't know, man.
Like, here's my thing. So, like, why that choice? Like, just don't have a mouth then. Just put a surgical Optimus Prime mask over it. Like, if you're not going to animate the mouth, why do you have a mouth?
Well, if you've got a surgical Optimus Prime mask, you don't have a cool beard, but that doesn't matter anyway.
Because you're paused here at 37 seconds in, he's clean shaven.
That's right, yeah. He does not look as cool without it.
Definitely not.
Double beard situation.
The adolescent Unicron.
That's right. But I do love this illustration aside from that. And the thing I think I like the most about it is the background. Like the way they did space here, almost dare I say,
dare you say it?
Yeah. Whoa, hey, I like that.
Yeah.
So, the way they did the space background is very cool, very splotchy, not at all like the other space grounds that we'll even see.
Or real space.
Yeah. After this. But it is very, like, sort of...
it's cool.
Inky and just washed kind of feel to it.
And this is pretty obvious, like, that you would do this, but, like, I love how they always shoot him from low up, so it gives, like, another grander level of scale of like just power and hugeness.
Yeah, there is a lot of like, throughout this and really the whole next minute after this. It's just cameras panning all over his body, basically. And I guess you kind of have to do that to scale a battle with a giant.
And this we kind of slipped by, but like the 39 to 41 second in here, like they switch like views from mid shot to close up to far shot, and it's all one take, and it's all animated, and it looks great.
This whole next minute is a lot of completely animated or very heavily animated sequences as opposed to just static backgrounds and characters reacting to those backgrounds. So, and yeah, that moment I missed it, but basically right at 108:43, you really see him in his most magnificent. Let me come to this here, and it shows off the background as well. Like boom, he just looks giant. I love the way that background looks. Sorry, I keep kissing its ass.
No, it's great.
He flies. So at this point, he flies at Cybertron as he's talking about dismemberment. Another moment where he flies at the camera. We get to pass
Flying
Galvatron
past it.
screaming as he's hanging on to Unicron for dear life.
Yeah, another callback to the opening shot where we fly past, or Unicron flies past us, and this time we see it, and he's in robot mode.
So we see Unicron in scale to Cybertron in a way that we haven't really seen before. And he, to me, should be much bigger than Cybertron, but he is not.
It holds together in later. I feel like I haven't watched ahead in a long time, so I feel like this holds up to that's about the same size they keep him in relation to Cybertron. But I think you're right. Earlier, it seems like he would have been bigger. But if we judge Galvatron, it seems like Cybertron should be a lot bigger.
Oh, sure. Yeah, the ratio of like the robots.
It's all over the place.
Yeah, it changes depending on the situation.
So some of the early drawings talked about the globes on his spirals being as big as the Earth. And I think we've determined that Earth is supposed to be bigger than Cybertron.
Yeah. I mean, if we're, from that perspective, he should be much. He could fit Cybertron like in his mouth,
nostril.
his nostril.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he just snot rocket that thing right.
I mean, he's the size of a galaxy.
Yeah.
That's the callback to the original script,
Which is impossible.
weirdness from last week.
But this still looks great, and here we see him just rearing back. And the next sequence, heavily animated, we see really from the vantage point as if you're on Cybertron in the complex cityscape.
All hand drawn.
And the swipe down of the hand and the way it just
Planet
crashes
Claw.
into the planet. I mean, just the destructive power is felt pretty easily here. I mean, the great job of kind of portraying the magnitude of damage one little smack could get.
It is just balls to the wall action, basically. Which, whenever I wrote that in my notes, I went down this rabbit hole of. I remember I had a vague memory of what balls out meant. Do you know what balls out means? Like, what is the origin of balls out?
It doesn't have to do with like putting your testicles outside of your pants.
No, it's not dirty at all.
Okay, what does it mean?
It refers to the spinning balls on a steam engine. The governor, you know what I'm talking about?
Yes, actually, that's weird. That was just mentioned in a book I'm reading.
Yeah, that's what it means. Because like the faster, or the more steam and more power that the engine creates, the faster those spin, and the centrifugal forces force the balls out because it's a valve that regulates steam pressure, and so the farther out they go, the more power is being.
That was one of the first mechanical automatic regulators ever invented.
Yeah. I mean, your dad worked for the railroad?
Yeah. By the
Probably not steam engines.
He worked with some old guys. He started in the early 70s, and they had phased out steam by that point for normal use. It was all electro diesel. But he worked with some old guys that still, worked on those, and he said that it was a different class of guys. That they, instead of doing certain kind of metal fabrication, these guys were literally these were just giant steam boilers and stuff, and there was just a lot of hammering and beating on these things back into place involved with those.
Life is so fucking hard.
Sounds so dangerous.
At this point, the shot changes to the inside, within the attack zone of the city. We see our lonely friend Shockwave.
Who is it?
Yay.
Caleb's favorite.
Yeah.
Shockwave.
He's reacting to the dangers.
Yeah.
Decepticons were under attack.
Yeah.
Scramble!
No shit, Shockwave.
And
at this point, we see dozens of Decepticons running on platforms.
Maybe I'm just thinking of the Decepticons I know. I just don't feel like they look very good. Obviously, it's a second of the movie, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
but they look like pretender shells to me.
Right, it's like looking at the Autobots on Autobot City.
It's true. It's nitpicky.
These do not look like.
One thing I do like is the little shuttle that goes through the tube, like the Jetsons. I don't think that's Jetsons, but it has a Decepticon symbol on it.
Yeah, these people do too.
Right there, yeah.
So some of these characters look developed. Like obviously these are just throwaway. These aren't assigned to any character, right?
Mm-hmm.
Caleb may not know that, but these are just generic. I wasn't trying to
I know.
diss
It
you.
was
I'm just saying you may think that this character we're looking at paused right at
technically
the
into the next
109
minute.
minute mark is a real character because I feel like he looks well designed. He looks
good.
purposeful. He doesn't look as generic as as he is.
For the record, you don't know any more about that character than I do at this point.
But he knows that he doesn't know.
Well, nobody knows. I know that's
No
not a
one
real
knows.
character.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm pretty sure that's not a real character.
Yeah, you're pretty sure, but
Now
you're
you
not
know
for
that.
sure.
Now you know it. Now that we talked
Let's
about
beat
it
him up.
already.
Fuck you guys.
And that brings us to the end of this minute here. So I have
Also, though, like, there weren't enough real Decepticons to animate. Like, you got plenty to draw from.
I don't know that they did though. There were way more
I guess
Autobots
this
than Decepticons.
But it was simultaneous. Maybe.
In revisiting this movie, I forget just how little, especially later on in the movie, they refer to existing characters. Like they just completely pretty much do away with them.
Yeah, and in their next minute, do away with 3 of them.
So anywho.
Well, just for example, this shelf here represents the entirety of the Decepticon lineup, and it actually has more than the Decepticon. I will say it's the same because I don't have an Astro Train. There's not a Masterpiece Astro Train yet.
Of the
That's
season 1 and
surprising.
2 lineup.
I know, yeah. So in its place, we have Octane, who technically didn't come around until season 3. That's the entire 1986 or up to the movie Decepticon lineup, and then yet above that we have the Autobots, and below that we have all the Autobots. So there's easily double the Autobots as there are Decepticons. And I'm missing a Cliff Jumper. The Cliff Jumper's not. He'll be here next week. He's finally out. X-Transbots.
I've
Toro.
seen the pictures on Twitter of people like excited
They're
about
getting
it.
excited.
Doesn't he come with that cannon?
He does come with the cannon.
Yeah.
He also comes with the sled. I don't remember that from the
I
television
vaguely
show.
recall that, but I might be manufacturing that memory.
But the point is, there wasn't a lot of Decepticons that were really developed, and there's
I guess
really
that's
even
right.
fewer. Well, and actually, I'm not counting. There's also combiners, but there's technically just as many Autobot combiners as there is Decepticon combiners,
True.
with the exception of
Devastator.
Devastator didn't really have a combiner matchup. But the Dinobots were made to compete with Devastator.
It is interesting how all the combiners had an analog in the opposite faction.
Right. We're cars.
We're planes.
We're different.
Which is the fucking weirdest matchup of like, hey, what can we do to fight the Stunticons? I don't know, build planes. That makes sense.
I like the idea that the Decepticons thought just because they built Decepticons that were cars that they could really that was the key to fucking up the Autobots.
Wait, what didn't Starscream, what was the combiner Starscream created? That
Bruticus.
Was Bruticus, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, to compete with Megatron.
Yep.
Bruticus, right here.
There he
And
is.
the individual guys. That's Unique Toys Ragnaros.
That's an awkward name.
Yeah.
Ragnarok.
So that brings us to the end of the minute, and I will not force us to have the Unicron scale discussion for the 19th time.
Sure.
Yeah.
I will say, remember how many Decepticons we see running here? That'll come into play later, something I want to talk about.
Okay. So should we move right on into...
Well, hang on a second.
No.
I will say that I dug up some early. There's some. We looked at some of these in our last episode.
Last week, yeah.
But I found some more great. I was trying to find some early Unicron designs, and I think this is about as close as it comes
that's
to an
great.
early
That's an awesome
Unicron design.
I'll post that on the website.
That's and here's another one of him attacking Cybertron, which looks pretty amazing.
Yeah, that's
You
really
can
cool, too.
See
Is
an
that
old
Springer?
form of
No, that's Galvatron.
Oh,
You can
Galvatron,
tell
yeah.
it's an old form.
But there's the Decepticon Hall of Heroes below.
That's
And
right.
then there's Cyclonus.
Yeah, that's really
And
cool.
his armada.
That's cool.
I'll post that on the website. Oh, and you can see the Quintesson ship in the background.
Yeah, I guess the Autobots are just now arriving,
Showing
and I
up.
wonder if the entire planet of junk is somewhere in here.
Yeah.
Here is another one that I thought was pretty interesting. Well, I guess it's the exact same one. Never mind.
Isn't that Autobot City?
Maybe.
I think
It says Fortress Maximus as Autobot City, so this is a point in time where Fortress
there's
Maximus was a
five-
concept, but not really.
There's like 5 different designs of Fortress Maximus as Autobot City.
Then there's finally
yeah.
this, which is from like season 3, a great shot of Starscream trying to hook Unicron's head up to
I love those
Cybertron.
episodes. They're very silly, but
But I just look at Unicron's face. He looks not intimidating at all.
Yeah.
His eyes are a little crossed. It looks like he's gained weight.
I always liked when they'd go back and visit his floating head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the one thing I thought would be worth at one point in time,
Cybertron.
and I don't know if maybe that happens in your script, but while I came across it, Cybertron and its robot mode. So he has this sort of, it's a very interesting set of drawings. He has wings like Unicron. It's kind of neat looking. He has I can't tell if it's supposed to be a whip or an electric saber.
I felt like it was a sword.
I also interesting as I came across this early drawing of Ultra Magnus.
Yeah.
Who looks
Really different.
like Orion
Pax, yeah,
That's
very
like
much
Orion
like.
Pax design. So anyway, we've been sucking Fluorodary's dick for a long time around here at the Autopod Decepticast, and I guess we'll continue to do so. Because his drawings are...
Because it's episode 69.
Thanks for bringing it. Thanks for bringing it back to that. So that means it's time for the old...
Rip Deviations.
In my version of the script, which is a lot more close in to what we see on screen, it's a lot more clear about the fate of Shockwave. He does deliver the line, "We're under attack, scramble." But then the script mentions that we see... Scramble! That wasn't good. Get down!
Get to the chopper!
The script then mentions that we see from Shockwave's point of view, he's looking out his tower window, perhaps that tower window from the beginning of the movie that we saw him in. And Unicron's hand reaches out towards the window, grabs it, and squeezes. The walls around Shockwave crash in. The shot changes to a space shot. We see Unicron tear the tower off and crush it. So while the script doesn't say he is dead, it does seem that he probably
It heavily
should
implies
be.
it.
And that's really the only major difference between mine and what we see on screen. So, Ryan, you want to take it away?
Mine is similar in that vein, only. So basically, this one we are on Galvatron as the surface which he stands on tilts violently, moves up vertically, knocking him backwards, and we cut to a scene we're pulled back from from Unicron's hand, which is where Galvatron is sitting, and it says that he is the size of a flea on the back of Ingestor's hand, which is a problem. Because, that's not much larger than movie Unicron. I can see a flea on my arm, and I can't see a human from a satellite image. And so, he's not clearly, he cannot have a continent-sized arm. I don't know why I find such a problem in this.
I thought we weren't gonna get into scale.
This
but it seems like we
prescriptivism.
are.
It's just annoying to me. Anyway, that's the last time I'll mention it. In the same way, he flies toward... Cybertron, and Galvatron says, "I have done as you wished. It was I who restored your mobility. Release me, noble Ingestor. Release me!" And he's like, "Nah." Galvatron says, "Not Cybertron, not my world," which is kind of that's pretty sad. We hear the sound.
He looks at it in a real ownership way, not
Sure.
necessarily a nostalgia. That's where I was born and raised. He looks at it like,
Yeah.
Except Galvatron really wasn't born and raised there.
Well, that's again callback to he definitely remembers being Megatron.
I suppose.
And then we cut to Cybertron where Shockwave says, "Unprecedented life form approaching."
unprecedented?
Yeah, unprecedented. Prepare to repel unknown invader. Sirens and alarms sound as other Decepticons start preparing weapons, transforming to jet modes. Enormous shadow blots out the light, and Shockwave and others look off in horror, ad-libbing reactions of disbelief and shock. Investor flies into shot, then laughing, reaches down on the surface of Cybertron, dwarfing the planet by his immensity, as Ingestor's huge hand reaches down, scraping buildings and weapons apart aside, oblivious to bursts of laser fire and cluster bombs which explode helplessly on his fingers. Ingestor, more energy, more. And that's what we'll stop for this minute.
Excellent. I like where this is going.
The next one's pretty interesting, too.
In my next one, there's actually a remaining reference to this idea of Ingestor as getting energy from fire. Yeah,
it's all through this one. They keep maintaining that. Yeah.
Gotcha. There's a little vestigial bit of that But we'll get to it next time.
It seems like in this one, basically any energy that he is hit with, like, he consumes in the same way that Galvatron last episode. Galvatron planted that bomb, and it bored to the core of Unicron, but he just absorbed the energy. It seems like that's what they're going for in this, is that he just
ingested
anything you throw at him, he consumes.
Loves it.
All right.
So, okay, we can...
I'm the ghost of the iconic moment.
You know.
What's your iconic moment, Caleb Carter? Let me put an image on for you.
The scene where the Decepticons are running across the bridges.
Yeah, that scene where you don't even know who those Decepticons are.
Him slamming his hands down on Cybertron.
That's a pretty good one. Yeah.
You know?
That was awesome.
Boom.
Shake, shake, shake the room.
Boom. Yeah, that's mine. What about yours, Aaron?
I just put seeing Shockwave again.
Yes.
It was nice to see a familiar face for a moment.
It's true.
But that's the last time we'll see him.
And Aaron's like, that's what you should have said, Caleb.
Yeah.
Expectations.
Well, we just traded places.
Yeah.
I like that movie.
Crisscross.
I'll make you jump.
You kill my mother, I'll kill your wife.
Erwin! Welcome to Reference Corner.
Ryan, what's your iconic moment?
I'm gonna have to put like just a ditto on the hand slamming into Cybertron. I would have said the rest of the transformation of Unicron, but that part where he hits Cybertron is so like not only animated in a really amazing way and like you feel it viscerally, but like the idea that now this planet where these characters that you've come to know and love come from is, you know, seriously being attacked is pretty interesting. Like
I'd like to see Unicron being like spanking Cybertron, like, oh yeah.
because he's fucking it.
I said spanking it. That doesn't mean he's actually.
I think
fucking
if you're
it.
spanking something, you have to be fucking it, unless
really?
it's a child,
Oh, okay.
which I'm not for corporal punishment. So spanking only for sex.
So you guys would say that scene had a lot of impact? Sorry. When you talked about spanking Cybertron, it also made me think of that Dave Chappelle sketch where he fights Godzilla and then fucks a volcano.
Oh yeah. I forgot about that.
All right, well,
Next time on the Autopod Decepticast.
guys, the attack is on. It's Decepticons versus Unicron. It's Galvatron versus Unicron. Galvatron becomes a Tappa. We have the unceremonious deaths of some more Decepticons, and we're going to reprise a little Stan Bush, people. This is sure to be an episode the likes
yeah.
of which you've never seen before.
Except you've all seen
Or
it before.
seen many times.
Can you singularize Tappa? Tappas?
Yes, Tappa.
Is Tappa a singular ring of Tappas?
This is
I'm
a Tappa.
going to lunch for a Tappa because I only want one small plate.
Or is it just a single thing from a Tappas? Like, I'll just have one deviled egg.
Spanish listeners,
Chime in.
Yes, please.
I don't know if we've had any hits from Spain.
let's look into this.
I will.
Let's check the
geography.
Autopod Globocast.
I do like the geography function, even though it's like, yeah. What else you got?
What else you got, Twiz?
Listen to the show, iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, and TuneIn. Follow us on our social media, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. All of them at APODcast, and the web presence at autopoddecepticast.com. We'll have even more Flora Dairy.
Yeah, Flora Dairy. Maybe I'll put some stuff up of the Star Trek Transformers mashup. Yeah, I'm again a bunch of stuff I've forgotten that we talked about. I'll throw up there.
You tell us what you'd like to hear or see.
Some Throw Mama from the Train.
That's absolutely,
nice.
Which I think we've already put up on
We have
before.
mentioned it on another
Oh
episode.
God, we've gone on so long. We're just retreading everything.
That's why it's good maybe that it has a shelf life, because once we wrap to like episode 100, we're just rehashing our old shit.
Ugh. Oh my God. Well, this was another one.
Oh, good. We ended on a really positive note. Really positive.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye. Bye, bye, bye.
You're great.
You are great.
Cybertron!
gentlemen. Welcome to Autopod Decepticast After Dark, APDCAD, that's right. And today we are a very special episode, a very sexy episode. They're all sexy, I know that they are, but this one is a very special one. I'm thinking of a number. I'm thinking of the sexiest number that's ever been. No, it's not barely 18. That's not it. No, it's not a threesome. It's everybody's favorite number, or should be. Say it with me, ladies and gentlemen. Number 69. That's right, it's 69. So everybody, take your dicks out, take your pussies out, get them hard, get them wet for me. You know what? I'm already hot. I'm so fucking turgid, you can't even imagine. And I am hard, but I'm also wet. I'm hard and wet at the same time. And do you know why? It's because I'm so excited. I have just so much pre-cum glistening on the tip of my dong. It is, and it's not normal pre-cum neither. My pre-cum is like constant cum. People love it. You know what I'm like? I'm like the male version of the female version of a squirter. I'm a squirter squared. I got so much pre-cum. I got pre-cum. I got post-cum. I once had a sideways cum, ladies and gentlemen. And it was all over a group of nuns that were taking a tour of this cemetery. Did all the nuns get pregnant? Well, I tell you, no, they did not. And then let me tell you why, ladies and gentlemen. And this is not a tightly guarded secret. This is something you should all know about me because it makes it so much more sexy. I have been fixed, ladies and gentlemen. That's right, your host. With the most, he has had his tubes cut, which means that I can no longer make the babies. And basically, all the semen just gets dumped into my bloodstream. And you know what happens then? My body consumes it. It eats all my sperms. Just... What was I talking about? Oh, man, so sexy. 69 is the most musical, magical thing you could do with another person. Sit on their face. Let them sit on your face. You can do it sideways, in case anybody's afraid of that. And you can just like make a little yang. 69, motherfuckers. Do it. And get your tubes fixed. Oh, yeah.
Blow cells, where we sell good.